Hey friends, I was not expecting to have a shopping trip today, but I was unsupervised. I was left alone to my own devices, and I went out. Let's take a little look together where I went. I'll give you a hint. It recently went up from $1. And I also went to another store that a friend of mine told me was having an amazing sale. Unfortunately, that one was all out. Of course, I took a look at their clearance, and then I had to go to their sister store somewhere else to find what I was looking for. I have a whole plan for the front entryway of the property to make it look a lot better. So I'm going to still continue to use upcycled materials, but I'm going to usually use those in areas that are not as visible to the people going past the property. So make it a little bit prettier, you know what I mean? So take a look with me, what I found, what I saw, what I grabbed, what I brought home, and what my plans are. There's going to be a complete transformation of the front entryway. It's going to look really cool. So let's go ahead and take a look what I found. Let's go shopping. What do you think about the pots I got from the Dollar Tree? Now, I know they're super cheap, but like I said before, a friend of mine and I are having a plant sale. I like to be able to write on the side of the container for things that I'm getting rid of. That way I don't have to also include plant labels. So in one way, I am actually saving some money by not having those extra labels. And I'm actually saving myself a step. Because it's either you pay money or you pay time. So either I'd be paying extra money for the labels or I'd be paying time to hand make labels. So I went ahead and grabbed some of those larger and the smaller orange little pots. They are very flimsy and cheap, but the larger size ones are going to work really well for planting all those little nuts. I did this crazy 60-pound nut trip. I'm nuts. I did 60 pounds of nuts from Burnt Ridge last fall. They have cold stratified, and I decided that I actually really do need to plant them now. All the ones that are sprouting at all are going to get planted in those larger sized orange pots. The ones that aren't sprouting yet, I need to wash really good because they've gotten pretty moldy. I'll be using the red colander and red basin to really rinse off the rest of the nuts very, very well. I'm also going to soak them so that they have a higher chance of germination for the ones that have not yet sprouted. So I have a full plan for those things. It's not just this willy-nilly buy everything, throw everything in the cart. I actually have purposes for those. The smaller orange pots I'm using for things like oregano and mint, things that I'm doing clones of. And I get 12 for $1. That's a better deal. And I don't have to put as much soil in, which is a better deal for me if I'm going to gift or sell any of those propagated cuttings. But the larger ones, you only get 6 for $1, but they need to be that big for all those chestnuts. The chestnuts need more space for being able to germinate. The way they have to twist and move up, if in the smaller containers, they would basically get stuck in there or run out of space. There's not enough room for all the roots and the growth that needs to happen for the nuts. So I'm using the larger orange ones for the chestnuts specifically. I also have a few walnuts that are starting to sprout. The walnuts are definitely the slowest, but those are going to get planted as well in larger containers. I think I can get away with planting some of the acorns in the smaller type, in the smaller size, but definitely going to use the larger ones for the chestnuts and walnuts. Let's see where I went next. I was really happy to find the suet bird feeders at Dollar Tree. I've never seen them there before. I might have missed them, but I do go pretty frequently. I've never seen them there before. They didn't have the suet there today. I asked the workers and they said that they're not sure why, but it didn't come in on the same order. They would be making a lot of money if they had those in the same place, because I bet you anybody who bought a suet container would also buy the suet to go with it. That kind of rhymes. Anyway, I bought 3 of those because I like to have them in different places. I want the birds to have to look for their food. So I might have, I think I already have 2 or 3 containers out already. So that means I'll have 5 or 6 out. But at any given time, I might only have 2 or 3 with food in them. That way they don't get reliant on just one feeder, that they're actually still having to look around. That's really important with wild birds. You don't want them to become overly reliant on you. They need to still kind of search for their food. Also, not keeping them in the same exact spot every time, moving them around is a really good idea as well, because they should have to look for food. So these don't look as good, but they just need to have the the dead foliage cut off, and they're only $6. And they're going to get big and beautiful like those. And the color depends on the acidity, the pH of the soil. So color will change too. But isn't that pretty? So there's $18 for 3 of them, or $24 for 1. I'm going to get 3, let them get their grow on, and I'm going to prune them, and it'll be as good as new. So $6 per plant, and those are hydrangeas. Great deal. I found another one, so now I have 4. So yeah, sweet. I'm excited about that. So I'm getting 4 for the price of 1. Altogether, it looks like just as substantial. Looks good. These very large plastic barrels were $17 each, but it's buy one, get one free. So with tax, it's like $10 each. So $17 buy one, get one free. With taxes, it's about $10 each. I got 8 of them because I'm going to pretty up the front entryway of my property, and it's not going to look trashy anymore. That plant there was only $3. Each of those was only $6 each for the plants in the bottom. What a score. These are huge. So this crazy area right here, okay, this area right here, I'm going to clean this up. This is like a landing zone. It's a landing zone for plants. There's more plants over there. I'm going to totally redo this area, and these pots here are going to be a big part of that transformation. It's going to look so much better. I like the barrel look. They're not real barrels. They're the plastic, but they're really nice. And like, I'll leave this one here. This is kind of a barrel looking too. Not the same exact style, but that's kind of what I'm going for. And I'll probably do some layering where I have these, and then I'll have like the Dollar Tree small ones, like maybe 1 or 2 kind of layered on top. So that's going to transform this area here. I will have to do a before and after. That's going to probably be in a different video because this is going to take some time to do. But like this here, it looks like it's dead. That's echinacea I got on sale at the end of last year, and you can tell it's growing back. So is that one there. I got a great deal on them. You know, they die back every winter, so they look pretty bad if you care. But things that have perennials, you have to give them their day in the sun, right? So like, they're going to die back, but they're going to come back. So you just got to have patience. So those are going to get planted into containers. But I'm not going to just plant those in a container with one of those big containers, because most of the year they don't look like anything. So I'm going to plant some other things that can kind of like give you a pop of color, and it'll look nice. And then when those are done, then this will pop up, and they'll be mostly perennial containers with a few annuals tucked in to fill the gaps. So this whole area got this kind of weird post here that I like it. I was thinking of doing like maybe some kind of hanging container, bird houses or bird feeders here. Not quite sure. Got another landing zone over here. I've got lots of landing zones. Lots of things in project. That was a box full of trees that have already been planted. I just need to put those in the garbage container. But I have lots of ideas. That's a problem. I have too many ideas. But we're going to get this area cleaned up. I was thinking these are from Dollar Tree, and I was going to throw them away, but they kind of still work. I was thinking that might be kind of a fun project to like recover these. Maybe I should just throw them away, but they still work really well. But they just look really bad. They definitely still work. So I was like, maybe I'll cover these in different fabric, because I mean, they're still functional. But that's the hoarder in me, not wanting to get rid of stuff, you know. But this whole area, you can see that's the before, And then I'm going to do those barrels. It's going to look so cool. It's going to look so stinking cool. But I'm going to do it on another day when this is a little bit nicer out. I'll take all this stuff out, put it into the parking lot for a second, mow it, weed it, then pot things into those nice containers. I'm going to drill holes on the sides, not the bottom, because I don't want grass and weeds just to grow up the bottom. And I do want a little bit of like a reservoir of water on the bottom container, so I'm going to put a couple of holes on the side with a drill, and that way they never really completely dry out. I may or may not put a layer of rocks on the bottom as well. That would make it nicer so it doesn't get too stagnant. So I'll think about that, because that would take a lot of rocks, honestly. But this whole area is going to look totally different. Be honest about this. I'm going to be a little bit honest about the space right here. That's going to look so much better. I had the idea of having a lot of chairs in different various spots so that we can have like barbecues and things like that, and people could just sit wherever they felt like it. This needs work anyway, and now I've got the really cute pots, because I usually just plant in whatever I can find, like buckets. I'm still going to plant in buckets. I'm just not going to have it in the most visible places. I've got some peonies in here. They deserve a better container. And then I can use those containers when I'm selling plants or giving them away or whatever. The ones that aren't as cute. And then the ones that are super cute, I will keep for myself. I have a tire here. Need to clean that up. It ends up actually looking pretty cute. I might leave the tires, but just clean it up. So we'll see. This is going to be the before the transformation. I am really pleased with my little shopping spree. I didn't spend as much as you might think, because I went to the Dollar Tree, which is very frugal, and the Home Depot deals I got was buy one get one free on the pots. So it's like I spent $10 per pot, when in reality they should be $20 per pot. So that was a really good deal. And they're very large, and they're going to last me so many years. Also, the plants I got were very, very price reduced, clearance. So like I got snapdragons for $3, which I can do a cutting and propagate it. It was really growing off to the side, so I can get a couple plants out of that one container. A lot of the other plants was like 2 or 3 in a container on accident. So for $2 I got like 2 or 3 plants, and then for $1 some of them I got more than one plant for $1. So I got the clearance area. I always check out the clearance areas at Home Depot and Lowe's, because you can find some really good plants there. And whatever they don't sell, I have seen, very, very sad, I've seen them in carts to go to the dumpsters. So that is heartbreaking. So I'd like to get those clearance plants, give them a second chance. I remove the dead foliage and the dead flowers, and then they continue to do very well for all spring and summer. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how those look once I get them potted up. I think most women, when they go out shop on a shopping spree, it doesn't include the Dollar Tree and Home Depot. I think maybe they think a little bit more upscale jewelry, nice fashionable clothing, home accessories, and all I can think of is pots and plants. So anyway, I hope you had fun on this little shopping trip with me today. God bless you and keep you in His good favor for always. Remember, be good, be sweet, and grow a garden if you want to eat. I'll see you next time. And don't forget to subscribe, because I'm going to show you the after. That whole area that looked kind of trashy in the front, it's going to look totally different in the future. Let's see how that progresses. See you next time.